Hello my beautiful people, you're welcome again to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to be making these beautiful crochet leaves, okay, and we are going to use it for a crochet dress. So we are going to start right away with a chain of 5. Okay, so make a chain of 5, and we're going to be making 2 double crochet together. Okay, so in the very first chain you want to make 2 double crochets together. Okay, so yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and we don't pull through the rest. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops and pull through the 3 loops. Okay, and we're going to have 2 double crochets together. So for this cluster we're going to be working, this is the first cluster to make the first leaf. Okay, we are going to work in the first double crochet, for the first leaf. So inside the first double crochet cluster you want to make 6 double crochets together, right? So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and you're not finishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So you want to count the number of loops. You have 6 loops plus the first loop. Okay, so pull through the first loop and then pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops again. Sorry for the noise, guys. Pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and you'll be left with 2 loops. Okay, so take out your hook and you turn your work and insert your hook inside the 2 loops left. Okay, you want to work the other side of the leaf. So you're going to do 6 double crochets together, all right, the same way you did for the first one in the second cluster. All right, so yarn over, pull through 2 loops, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So yarn over and pull through the first loop, and then pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and you'll be left with 3 loops at the end, and you slip stitch in the 3 loops. Okay, and your first leaf be ready. Okay, so we're left with 3 loops, just slip stitch. Okay, so our first loop, chain 3 and turn your work inside the chain 2 space, you make a slip stitch, and our first leaf is ready. And we're going to work in the second leaf, but in the second leaf we're going to be doing something different. Okay, so that in order for the shape to come out, we want to be making 3 leaves. For the shape to come out, the second leaf is going to be different. Okay, so in the first leaf we work in the first cluster, the first double crochet cluster, and the second. But for the second leaf we are going to be working with the second double crochet cluster before working on the face, so that when we are done, our leaf is going to be in shape. Okay, they're going to be facing each side. All right, so just do 2 double crochets together to make the cluster for the second leaf. All right, so the cluster is ready. Now for the first leaf we'll work on the first cluster before the second, but we're not doing that for the second leaf. Okay, the second leaf will turn your work, you turn your work and work on the second cluster first. Okay, by the time you are done, you're going to have straight leaves, and all of them are going to be on the same side, on the right side. But if you do not do it like that, it will not have the second leaf will not be on the right side. Okay, so go ahead and make your 6 double crochets together. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so yarn over and pull through the first loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, 2 loops, and we are left with 2. Take out your hook and turn your work, insert your hook and continue with the first cluster, working on the second side of a leaf. Okay, yeah, so 6 double crochets together, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So yarn over and pull through the first loop, pull through 2 loops till we are left with 3 loops. Okay, and we'll do a slip stitch and our second leaf is ready. Now for the third leaf, we're going to be working the same way we did the first leaf. Okay, the third leaf we're not turning like we turned for the second leaf. All right, and the third leaf is going to take its shape and it's going to go on it's going to point on its own side and on the right side. Okay, so that's just how you work out the leaves. So if you want to make your leaves longer, the same pattern you did for the very first 2 leaves is what you'll be following for the rest of the leaves. Okay, but for me, I'm going to make just 3 leaves. All right, if you want to make 6, 5, 7, depends on you. Just follow the pattern for the very first 2 leaves. Okay, and at the end of the day, you have very smooth straight work. You see what's happening? The first leaf is pointing on its direction, the second leaf is pointing on its direction, and all on the right side. Okay, so the third leaf, you're just going to work the same way you did the first one. The fourth leaf, the way you did the second one. Fifth leaf, the way you did the first one. Sixth leaf, the way you did the second one. So it's just like that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the third leaf and we'll meet at the end. Okay, so at this point, I hope you've understood. All right, so just go ahead and work out your third leaf, and in case you want to do more, you just go ahead and do more. Right, so let's get to the third leaf. Okay, right, so we have done the third cluster for the third leaf, and now we are going to be working the third leaf the same way we did the first leaf. Okay, remember the second leaf we had to turn, but this third leaf we're not turning. Okay, we'll just work on the first cluster. All right, so go ahead, you do the same way the way you did for the first one. All right, so yarn over, chain 2, yarn over and make 6 double crochet together. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yarn over and pull through the first loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so take out your hook, you turn your work as usual, insert your hook and do the second side of a leaf. Okay, yarn over and make 6 double crochets together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yarn over, pull through the first loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and slip stitch in the 3 loops, and our third leaf is ready. Okay, so that's it, guys, for the 3 leaves. Chain 3 and slip stitch in that chain 2 space. All right, and three leaves are ready. So I'm just going to adjust them, and you see how beautifully, how gorgeous it came out. See, everything is on the right side. All right, so you have to pay attention to the second leaf, okay, or the first and the second leaf. That's just the pattern you're going to be working. If you want your leaf to be very long, or the leaf branch to be very long, you're just going to follow the first and the second leaf pattern, okay, and you continue. If you want just three leaves, yes, you follow first and second pattern, and on the third one, go back to the very first leaf pattern. Okay, so that's it, guys, for our leaves, and I'm going to make more of them, different leaf colors, brown leaves, green leaves, you know, yellow leaves, and I'm going to make them enough to make our dress. Remember, this is to be used for our crochet leaf dress. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Bye.